4 is my alive day. It was the day I almost died, but didn't, and it was a good day for me. I was flying high over Iraq in my Black Hawk with the best crew out there when, without warning, a rocket-propelled grenade tore through the cockpit of my helicopter. It was a lucky shot for the enemy. One of my legs was vaporized, and the other amputated by my helicopter's instrument panel. The explosion blew off the entire back of my right arm. I was, quite literally, in pieces. My pilot in command managed to land our aircraft, and the crew started pulling out the wounded. They thought I was dead at first, but when they tried to give medical attention to one of my crew members, Chris, he refused help and told them to assist me instead. He saw that I was still bleeding and realized that maybe my heart was still beating. He did what every service member in combat is willing to do, even if they hope they never have to. He refused treatment for himself to save someone else. My buddies wouldn't give up on me. They refused to leave me behind. They picked me up, covered in blood and tissue, and tried to keep my body intact. It was a good day for me because good men saved me and I lived. I survived to serve my nation again. The days, weeks, and months that followed were some of the hardest of my life. But in those challenging moments, my life's mission couldn't have been clearer. I knew from that moment on that I would spend every single day of the rest of my life trying to honor the courage and sacrifice of those who had saved me that day. So, with the help of my family, friends, and fellow service members at Walter Reed, I began my recovery. It was anything but easy. Tasks like picking up a pencil or even just sitting up without passing out were no longer simple. At first, it was unclear how I would lead a regular life, let alone continue serving my nation. But I decided not to give up. It wasn't a choice, really, because giving up would have been a betrayal of the effort my buddies had put into saving me, and I knew I couldn't betray them. So I got back up. I dusted myself off, and I got back into the arena. I may have been broken, but I could still be an army officer. I could still take care of my troops. Maybe I was done serving in combat, but I could see that the next step in my life's path still meant serving my fellow veterans. After I got out of Walter Reed, I went to work at the Department of Veterans Affairs. I ran for Congress, and then I won my seat in the Senate. I was sworn into the Senate just days before President Trump took his oath of office. I ran for Congress because I felt I had a debt to repay to those men who'd saved my life. And whenever things get tough, I just think of them, and I keep going. When running for office, I found that the why often explains the how. That's certainly true of the stories you'll read here. In these pages, you'll hear from a refugee who is now a mayor in rural America, a Black woman who confronted voters who were wearing Confederate flags on the campaign trail, and a mom who wants her transgender daughter to be able to use the girls' bathroom at school. You'll learn from incredible people and unlikely leaders who have stepped up to serve their communities. They all grabbed a clipboard. They all ran for office. They showed up. They dove in. They persevered. Some won, and some lost. The people in this book, and so many others, are changing the face of politics in our country. I've often said that if we want to make our democracy more representative, our leaders need to look more like the people we represent. But the fact is that, traditionally, certain people have been shut out of politics in our country. Studies have shown that women, for instance, are less likely than men to think about running for office. They are less likely to be encouraged to run, too. I'm thankful that that's starting to change.